Morning.
All right, so today is Wednesday, the 4th of September, 2024, and we're having our morning analysis. Now, there was a news from Australia in the middle of the night. That was the gross domestic product, GDP. Actual came out equal to forecast, so that didn't give any much activity in the market. But technically, I mean, fundamentally, there is no event this morning aside the one that was released by 2:30 a.m. So the next fundamental event will come up by 2:45 p.m. in the afternoon, and that's from Canada, of the Bank of Canada rate statement and overnight rates. And I think that's actually one of the major events this afternoon. The next one to take note of will be the JOLTS job openings from the United States by 3 p.m. So between 2:45 and 3 p.m., volatility is really expected in the market. And by 3:30 p.m., we have the Bank of Canada press conference. Now, this may also lead to some volatility on the card. So this morning, we have the fundamental events. The afternoon session will take care of the afternoon analysis, though there are some setup I have, earlier on from Canada, which, we might also look at, which may react to the news later in the afternoon. So let's just flip over to the technicals for our analysis. We'll be having a very short, analysis session this morning. Now, it should also be noted that as we approach the NFP on Friday, volatility might drop in the market. And that's, I believe, is responsible because this morning I can't find much setup. Usually the week of NFP, the market can be just on the quiet side. You won't see much activity because everybody is waiting for the NFP result from US. It's a news that can cut across all financial assets in the market. So all the countries are always, the cautious side before the release of NFP. But then I'm seeing some possible movement around gold. Now, gold on the daily time frame, we can clearly see that gold closed as a rejection candle yesterday, and it closed as a rejection candle on a support level. Now, on this side here, it's a support, and on this side here, it's a resistance. So it's a scenario of a resistance, it's a support here. In fact, if we want to do it properly, it's actually a zone. Let me draw the zone completely. This is a resistance turned support. We have a resistance, a resistance, a resistance, a support, and the candle yesterday closed as a support. So technically, we should be seeing some bullish movement on gold today. Don't forget that we actually still have a valid resistance up there. So that's what we have on the daily time frame, a resistance turn support. And if we also draw our trend line, we can see that our trend line also indicates that price is bouncing off this trend line from this point, and the tip of the rejection candle is likewise touching the trend line. That also is an indication of possible bullish movement on gold. So if you flip down to the 4-hour time frame, then go to 1 hour, this is what we have. So you can see the trend line is still very much valid. The uptrend on 4-hour is still very, very valid, even on the 4-hour time frame. So if you go over now to 1-hour time frame, we can see that we also have a trend line downwards there, and we have another one here, which is giving us a falling wedge pattern. Falling wedge pattern is a bullish reversal pattern. So everything is pointing towards a bullish breakout on gold. So to take a buy on gold, I will advise you it's possible from what I'm seeing here, price is trying to do possibly something that looks a little like an inverse head and shoulder before, the actual breakout happens. So we'll wait for price to break above this minor resistance here before we trigger a buy on gold. So I hold a bullish outlook on gold for today. And USD CHF is looking bearish. Oh, it's already reversing. Okay, I think it's still not stable. That's why I said this week you need to be very careful with the dollar. It might still come down later. If gold is going to be buying, excuse me, USD might still have that potential to sell. But I would not advise you trade both of them simultaneously. Please let's mute our devices. I would not advise you trade both of them simultaneously. You know, there are some people here who trade strictly gold. So if you trade gold, look for an opportunity to buy gold. If you trade USD look for an opportunity to sell USD Don't buy the gold on one side and sell USD on the other side. That's not going to be a good way of trading. For USD price hit a resistance. You know, we have a resistance level here on the daily, and we have a support turned resistance also. Both of them indicating a possible bearish movement on USD And not only that, the candle that closed yesterday closed as a rejection candle. That also indicates a possible bearish movement on USD So if we flip down to 1 hour, what I see that will happen to USD is this. We really don't have a valid trend line to draw, but then we cannot deny the fact that there's a support zone here. So if the dollar breaks below this support zone, we'll see a bearish movement on the USD So I hold a bearish outlook on the USD I hold a bearish outlook on the USD And now I have two card instruments. Gold and the USD are my major, analysis of this morning. Though, like I said, take one. Don't trade both of them at the same time. Trade the one that is in line with your personal trading style. Now, for USD card, now I have a bullish outlook on this instrument, but then at the moment, I strongly believe it's trying to do a wave that may eventually, as in a bearish movement first. Let me put it that clearly. I want to believe it may do some bearish movement, then form a double bottom pattern as we approach NFP. That's what I can see from the technical angle. It's still subject to a lot of market forces, but that's what I can see. Because on the weekly time frame, like I said it since the beginning of the week, we are on an uptrend. We have an uptrend line right here, uptrend, uptrend, uptrend. So technically, we have a bullish outlook. And not only that, we equally have a support zone right there, which is valid on the daily. Then we have a falling wedge pattern on the 4 hour, everything pointing to a bullish breakout. Now, price has clearly broken out, of the falling wedge, but then I'm seeing the potential for price to drop first, maybe to this support zone before having a major bullish breakout. Now, this will depend likely on the card news that will be released this afternoon. So there's a card news this afternoon. If the news comes out to favor the card, then that will enhance the drop of the USD card down to this support level. Again, I'll repeat it. The news favors the card. We will see USD card drop, to this support level. But then that will also enhance its ability to form the double bottom pattern for an eventual bullish breakout. So let's just wait and see. The news is what will determine the next move of the USD card, because I still hold a long-term bullish outlook on the dollar, except if market condition changes. So this one is still a setup in that is evolving. So and I would say more for swing traders, just it's not really for intraday traders. The intraday setup I've given is for gold and the USD And the other trade call I might give is on Euro card. Euro card is the other one. Now for Euro card, this one also will be much more evident in the afternoon. But from what I can see currently, We have a rejection candle here from yesterday. This is the 4-hour setup. It's not a daily. Let me check the daily. Okay, good. From the daily time frame, we have price hit a support. This is a support turned resistance. A support turned resistance on the daily time frame. And if we flip down to the 4-hour, we can see we have that valid rejection candle, which can ultimately give a bearish movement. So we can see the valid, very valid support zone right here. Support, turned resistance, then a reversal, a continuation in the bearish direction. And if we flip down to 1 hour, we still have, this is still that rejection candle right on the 1 hour. But then we can also draw a trend line here to give us a confluence of a resistance and a descending trend line, all pointing to, a bearish breakout. So finally, we can draw another trend line right here, to capture the breakout. And we can equally draw another one here to give us a rising wedge pattern, which is equally a bearish reversal pattern. So with all this, I hold a bearish outlook on the Euro CAD. So again, this, like I said, will be more evident in the afternoon. If the news in the afternoon comes out to favor the CAD, again, you see that Euro CAD, will go in the bearish direction. So this is not to be traded until the news breaks out in the afternoon by, I think, 2:45 or 3 p.m. thereabout. I think it's 2:45 p.m. Yeah. And there's a potential for price to drop to the tune of about 50, let's just say roughly 50 pips. So I'm saying 58 here, but let's just say roughly around 50 pips thereabout. So you can just put your hands, take note of this particular setup as we approach the news in the afternoon. Please wait specifically for the news. Even if you say breakout before the news, just wait for the news. The news is actually the final decider. But technically, what I'm saying is a bearish movement. And it's a confirmation. I'm seeing the possibility of a sell on USD CAD. I'm seeing on Euro CAD. And even on GBP CAD, I'm still seeing the same possibility. So even if the fundamentals are not so volatile, it looks like, so the technicals are not really adding up much today. Because I can't say any other technical trade apart from that gold and USD CHF. But then fundamentally, we can still wait, for other setup. I gave this EuroCAD setup GBP card setup last week, as a bearish setup. Is still active. If the news again comes out to favor the card, then GBP card, continue in its bearish direction. So that's just my outlook for this morning. But the emphasis this morning is on a bullish trade for gold and a bearish trade for USD And like I said, don't trade both together. Take one. Just take one out of the two. Just a minute, please. US oil is actually approaching the support level on the weekly time frame. You might experience a reversal. I think the news from the dollar yesterday actually, dropped US oil drastically. So we're approaching the support level on the weekly. If price is able to hit that support, we may be getting ready for a final reversal on US oil. So we have just some pips to go before that happens. And just an update. I remember giving us an outlook on DJ30 yesterday. I remember giving an outlook on DJ30. I said I was bearish on it. I think Mr. Raju, you can see how it crashed massively. We had the analysis 12:30 to 1 yesterday. I think that was somewhere, candle was somewhere around this place then. See how it dropped massively, crashing all Fibonacci levels. Is Mr. Raju on board? I believe you should have made some good money, on this trade. He's the one that asked a lot about DJ30. And sometimes Madam Onaji do ask also. I mean, Anaji was asking yesterday about NAS 100, and I said I wasn't too sure. NAS 100 too was able to make, a massive crash. But the emphasis in the afternoon yesterday was actually the DJ30. So this analysis really works. All right, so I'll attend to the questions or requests I'm seeing, and we'll round up. On AUD USD, sir, can I enter the swing trade call? Now, when it comes to trade calls, timely entry is very, very important. I'll repeat that again. When it comes to trade calls, timely entry is very, very important because sometimes along the line, it's possible market structure may change if there's a volatile event. Anything can happen. But then for AUD USD, let's take a closer look at it. Now, on the daily time frame, now I think I should just remove the Fibonacci levels first so that it doesn't clog visibility. If you observe from the time I gave the signal yesterday, there has been a drop to the tune of about 56 pips. But then on a close look, I'm seeing something here. If you're on that trade, I will advise you put your stop loss to break even. Move your stop loss to break even because I'm seeing something here. You can see that the candle for today, except if there's enough volatility to break, there's a support zone already, support level already here on the daily time frame. You can see price is dancing around that region. Except there's a lot of volatility to break this region. Otherwise, you may experience some retracement back to the entry. That doesn't mean it may not drop later, but don't forget there's NFP on Friday, because it may end up forming something like this, maybe a head and a shoulder for an eventual drop. So if you have not entered, I will advise you stay out, except if you want to wait, just wait for price to clearly break this support level. Or better still, maybe you have a sell stop order. Sorry, that's too big. You have a sell stop order at the tip of the, or let me say on pips below the most recent low, so that in case price breaks out below that level, it can trigger you into a trade. That's just the best advice I can give you for now. And don't forget there's NFP on Friday. So like I said, volatility on the dollar will drop drastically today because of the NFP on Friday. So we may not be seeing much volatility like that across the dollar pairs until NFP on Friday. But if you still want to take it, you can just put a sell stop order below the support I just drew. That's a 0.66777. You may just put a sell stop order here so that if there's still enough volatility to push this, it will just trigger you in. But going forward, please give trade calls. Timely entry is very important. And if you want to trade swing setup, you need to consciously have it at the back of your mind so that signals can be dropped even late in the afternoon, sometimes early in the morning. And in some cases, even in the night, every 4 hours, 6 a.m., 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 6 p.m., sometimes 10 p.m. It's a swing. It's when we see that we drop it. It's different from intraday that you have to drop in the morning or latest by 12. Swing can come up any time of the day. So you have to just bear that in mind. Mr. Olabi is asking about GBP, JPY, Augustine, Sunday, Euro, USD. All right, so let's look at GBP, JPY. And like I said yesterday, at this point, we need to be very careful with the JPY pairs. We need to be careful because that was an expectation I had at the beginning of the week, but the week started with a retracement. The long-term view is actually bullish, which, because of the rejection candles that most of them closed with at the end of last month. Rejection on support level, on trend line. Technically, we should see a massive bullish breakout. But then the week started with a retracement, with selling. So we need to be very, very careful. JPY pairs can be funny sometimes. So for GBP, JPY, well, it looks like it's on the support level now on the daily time frame. So you may go down to the 1 hour, or better still, maybe 15 minutes. Let's check 15 minutes. All right, this is 15 minutes. You may look for a reversal from the 15 minutes time frame. So if price is able to break now, the break needs to be complete because there's a resistance here. So if price is able to reverse and break this resistance, yes, you may see an opportunity to buy. So I just have a short-term bullish movement view on the GBP JPY. Euro USD. That's Mr. Augustine Sunday. Let's look at Euro USD. Now, if gold is looking bullish and USD is looking bearish, then Euro USD will technically be bullish also. Now, for Euro USD, I remember giving this analysis yesterday. We have a resistance level here, very valid resistance, even from previous candles on the weekly time frame. Let me zoom it back. You can see there's a valid resistance, very valid resistance on this level. Price broke out above it but returned. Valid resistance. Now, price broke out above it again and returned to it now as a support. So price closed on it as a support last Friday. So it's a resistance turned support. So technically, we should be looking for an opportunity to buy for now. It may be a short-term buy because I still have a long-term bullish outlook on the dollar, except if the market structure changes. So if we have a short-term bullish outlook on the Euro USD, I can draw my trend line right here as we anticipate the bullish breakout. This is giving me a view of an inverse head and shoulder, which can lead to a bullish breakout. But please take note, all these things, they're dependent on the volatility in the market. And like I said, volatility is dropping quite fast because of NFP on Friday. So it's all this setup is just subjective. It's only if there's sufficient volatility. Okay. For the dollar now, there'll be a dollar news in the afternoon. If that is, good enough to push it, all well and good. Otherwise, these are just setup that we might just watch for the sake of watching. It all depends on how volatile the market will be. So if the volatility comes into the market, even if it's in the afternoon, then we may see a reversal from here to break out. So, but technically, I'm bullish on the Euro USD. I'm bullish on Euro. Now, you can trade both Euro USD and gold together, though please be careful of your risk management because both of them are going in the same direction. As I said, for USD CHF, don't buy gold and sell USD CHF. It's not a good way to trade. It's good to trade positively correlated pairs together. Euro USD, and gold often go in the same direction. So you may buy a gold and buy Euro USD, but still keep your risk, minimal as much as possible. So I'm bullish on the Euro USD. DJ30 has just done his major move now. But I don't accept. Let's check. But I don't really see this doing any other thing today. That's done the major move. That was a major crash yesterday. Very, very major. Let's see if there's any potential today. There's actually a resistance turn support, but price has broken that level, except the support. There seems to be a support level here, but price needs to touch it before we can see possibly a minor retracement. A minor retracement. That's what may happen around that region. Price may get to that support level on the daily and experience a minor retracement. This is what I'm saying. Price might drop here and make it may not be a major buy, but it may have some minor retracement. But for me, I would just want to personally stay out of DJ30 for now. It's not, I don't want to give assumptions, when I'm certain, I'll tell you I'm certain. This one is not something to really watch so much. Oh, Mr. Raja, I'm happy. I'm happy you made some pips from DJ30 yesterday. That's good. So you can see that our analysis works. That's what we do here. We guide you to take profitable trading positions. And we'll give you the reasons. It's not just dropping signals. What is the reason behind the signal? We'll analyze it for you. So that some other time, even when you're not on board here, you can always do the same thing by yourself. you know. So we are doing two things at the same time. We are training you and we're helping you to pick good positions in the market. Okay, Mr. Macaulay said I took it too. That's good. I'm so happy people made some profit from that setup. I'm really happy. I'm really happy with this. This is quite impressive. Mr. Sonny already attended to Euro USD, BTC, BTC USD. Just in a minute. Okay, so we're looking at BTC USD. Yeah, there's a support level on the weekly time frame, which I've been looking at. Okay, price is still trading around that support level. We have not seen a complete break. Now, before I draw the line, you can see the tip of the candle here and the tip here, they're quite close. So that is what forms the major part of the support level at the moment. All right, so price is resting on that support. That's right on the weekly time frame, daily 4 hour. Now, 4 hour, we have a rejection candle right here. So, and that rejection candle is still valid even on 1 hour. But then I think this looks a lot like a 4 hour setup. So we'll go back to the 4 hour and we'll draw our trend line and we'll draw a second one to form our falling wedge pattern. So we might be looking for an opportunity to get a reversal trade, on a BTC. Let's take a look at 15 minutes if there's anything viable. Um, I think it's just best to stick with that 4 hour. There's a swing, but that's what is clearer at the moment. Just be looking for an opportunity for a breakout, in the bullish direction. So I'm bullish on BTC on the 4 hour time frame. I'm trying to see if I can still draw a trend line. Let's see if this extends. Oh no, except if we're drawing from here. Okay, okay, okay. That's another one. Yeah, that's another proof of a bullish breakout. That's a very perfect one. So we have an uptrend right here, and that is another confirmation, that we should expect a bullish breakout. So if you take it down to 4 hour, yes, you can see that the trend line is also touching as a confluence this rejection candle. So if you're there, you're a scalper, maybe at the break of this rejection candle, you can just catch some pips going up. Because this is strictly for scalpers. They know how to do that. Otherwise, if you're not a scalper, please be patient and wait for price to clearly break out above the trend line. So I hold a bullish outlook on BTC. Hey, thank you, Igwe. Say thank you, Mr. Rotimi. I always look forward to sessions with you. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Okay, somebody saying I'm bullish on USD Should I close the trade? Hmm. Okay, I'll attend to you in a second. I'm just trying to do something here, just in a minute. Okay, so the person that is asking if they should close USD If you okay, you say you're on a buy. I'm bullish on you. I'm a bullish right on USHF. Should I close? Well, I'll say don't close yet. You can see price is still on a support level. So it's possible it goes up, even though we have an outlook, maybe it will drop. So it depends. Are you on a profitable trade already? If you're on a bullish trade, if it's profitable, just make sure that you have your stop loss in place. So that in case there's a reversal, you are not caught unawares. But then we don't know, it may go up a little before dropping, and that can give you some few pips. But generally, the outlook is bearish. So, but all our advice is that you have a stop loss in place in case a reversal happens so that you are not caught unawares. And if you're on profits, also make sure you can lock in some profit through manual trailing stop. You can trail your stop by moving your stop loss, down to your entry, or just lock in some profits, below your current level, so that at least you'll come out with something. It will not be that you just you close the trade, just on the entry level alone. So I hope that is okay with you, sir. Okay, so I think that'll be all this morning. Like I said, market is very quiet, so we don't have much activity like that. So don't forget on Friday we're having NFP. I believe the flyers are already being dropped in the WhatsApp groups. Plan to attend. Don't just attend, fund your account. We're trading live. We're going to be making money live. So join us on Friday by 1:15 p.m. That's just 2 days away from now. So if you're on the platform this morning, you don't have an account with PU Prime, just go over straight to our website, www.puprime.com, and open a live account. Once you open an account, your account manager will reach out to you and guide you through the registration and verification process. And don't forget that our bootcamp continues today by 7 p.m. 7 p.m. today, 7 p.m. Friday, 7 p.m. on Sunday. And I tell you, we're taking some topics now that you cannot afford to miss. I repeat that. The topics we're taking now, you can't afford to miss them. So make sure you join us, at this boot camp. It's an online session. It's a crash course, where we expose you to how to trade in the financial markets, with strategies and many other tools that you need and tips to make you a successful trader. And the physical version of the boot camp comes up on Saturday by 11 a.m., both at our Abuja and Lagos office. We have just two physical locations in Nigeria at the moment. So these two locations, we have physical training on Saturdays, boot camp, physical training. It's a 6-week period. We've done 3 Saturdays already. We have 3 Saturdays to go. So if you have not been a part of that, you can still join us this Saturday. Our address at Abuja is PU Prime Africa at Work and Connect Building, 50 B2 Okiwe Street, Jabi, Abuja, and the time is 11 a.m. And our address in Lagos is Agos PU Prime Africa, Lagos, Agos Executive Business Lounge, 54B Adeni Jones Avenue, Ikeja, Lagos. We'll be glad to see you by 11 a.m. on Saturday. Isaac Caleb is saying the chart pattern class was explosive. Yes, that's somebody that has gotten value from what we're doing. So make sure you don't miss the next class. And we also, you can also visit our YouTube channel. You can visit our YouTube channel at PU Prime Africa. Just go to YouTube and type PU Prime Africa. You will see all the teachings we've had, in this bootcamp sessions and other videos that are going to help you to become a better trader. You will see all of them on our YouTube channel. You see them all on our YouTube channel. So just go there and get informed about how to trade the Forex market. All right, we're going to be ending this session right here. I will say, as usual, trade safe and have a great day. Bye-bye. You're welcome, RM Spectre, and every other person. You're welcome. Thanks for all the comments.